guys, it's Kit here. Today I'm going to be showing you my makeup tutorial for the new Morphe Sweet Oasis palette. So this is their 35S palette. Such beautiful dreamy colors. It looks just like a sunset. Like, how gorgeous are these shades? Like, literally live in my pastel pink cotton candy fantasy. And I will also be showing you how I use this 6-piece brush set from the same Sweet Oasis collection to create this eyeshadow look. So for all of you guys who are just interested in seeing swatches of all of the colors, I'm going to insert that footage now. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed the swatches. I feel like it's really helpful to see what the colors actually look like on the skin. I mean, I know not everyone has the same skin tone as me, but still you get an idea. I did use my Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer underneath all these shadows because usually with really pale pastel colors it's hard to get them to show up super pigmented, so that's why I did that. Yeah. This is just sort of like an everyday makeup look for me, something not too like intricate, pretty like quick, because I am in a rush. I'm getting ready to go get tattooed. So I am going to get right into the tutorial. Enjoy, guys! If you would like to see what my tattoo looks like, I will insert some photos at the end of the video. Enjoy! Hey everybody, so today I'm going to show you this Sweet Oasis palette from Morphe. I hope you enjoyed the swatches that I did. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect. Sometimes with Morphe palettes, quality is like hit or miss depending on the collection. I find that, which is interesting. But believe it or not, this entire palette is vegan, so that's what intrigued me to try it out, because not all of their palettes are. Some of them have carmine. Like, I've actually made the mistake before. I bought the Life's a Gem palette and it was not vegan. But oh my gosh, how cute is this brush set? I am living. Pink and blue, those are so much my colors. And this set is completely vegan as well, so synthetic brushes. Honestly, it's a really great starter set because it doesn't have too many of those fluffy blending brushes. I find like a lot of the sets that have like 2 or 3 of those really big ones. Like this one only has 1, I never end up using them. Like, I do use them for the highlighter on my cheek, but I never use them on my eyes because they're just too big and too fluffy. But here I've got my Ether Beauty blush palette, and I'm using this pretty pink color. I'm gonna put it all over my face and a little bit on my nose. I feel like everyone's seen these really cute unicorn brushes by now, but this is actually from Unicorn Cosmetics' original brush set, aka one of my very first videos that I did about, what, 4 or 5 years ago now? I was so excited because I'd never seen like the unicorn brushes anywhere before. They are the original ones. But literally, these brushes have withheld the test of time. I've not had any like shedding, they're still like intact. All of their brushes are 100% synthetic, vegan. No animals are harmed in the making of these adorable fluffy brushes. Oh my gosh. Yes. But I can't recommend them highly enough. Oh my gosh. But yeah, what's everybody been up to? Honestly, I've been working heaps. I feel like I'm happy though to finally be back in the grind and making content for all of you. I feel like I was like, you know, missing in action for a little while, as you would have probably noticed, but I'm back, okay? I'm gonna, you know, try to make the hustle happen. So today I just do sort of like what I would do like my everyday makeup. So nothing too like complicated. Pretty much just like a look that I would wear to work on the daily. But first I'm taking the colors Saltwater Dip, which is this lighter sort of blue turquoise shade, and Snorkel Stash, which is a slightly darker blue. And I'm using Saltwater Dip at the front of my brows, and then Snorkel Sesh, which is that darker blue just underneath it. I'm using that more on the tail of my brows, so it's a little bit darker, so it fades that nice like gradient, ombre if you will. But yeah, today I was actually in a bit of a rush because I was just getting ready to go to a tattoo appointment. So the tattoo I actually ended up getting, this is the first time I've ever just picked like flash out of someone's sort of like you know, their portfolio book or whatever you want to call it. So most of the time I've had my tattoos made as like original designs, but this is my first time I just sort of saw this really cute fox creature and I was like, oh my god, I need to have that. But Penny's design was actually inspired by the Patronus from Harry Potter. Here though, you'll see I'm sort of stamping on these little vertical lines at the front of my brows with that darker blue shade, the Snorkel Sesh, just to sort of make it look like their hair is growing. And I am taking my fluffy powder brush just to make the front of my brows even more light, because that little bit of translucent powder on there is just going to lighten them up a bit, so again you get more of that ombre gradient. But yeah, the design that I picked for my tattoo is actually a fox Patronus. So like if you watch Harry Potter, you'll see when he's like, you know, casting his spell and across the lake, he's all like expecto Patronus, and then you know that deer appears. But like essentially Patronus is like your spirit animal, what animal you feel connected to. So that's why I felt inspired to get the little fox. At first I didn't even know that it was inspired by Harry Potter. I was just like, oh, this is a really cool design. I love the fox with the like rising up in the smoke, and like, you know, blue is one of my favorite colors, so I was like, oh, that's awesome. But on to the second topic, as in I was fearful that I may get a bit of like backlash from deciding to get a Harry Potter tattoo because of all of the like anti-trans and really just up that J.K. Rowling has decided to say. Like, so I was speaking to a few of my friends who are really huge fans of Harry Potter, as well as Penny, who designed the tattoo. They had a really interesting perspective. Oh my god, that highlight is popping. Yass, how beautiful is that? So stunning. I love it. But yeah, I was chatting with my friends and they shared a really interesting perspective with me, just saying that the Harry Potter fandom has grown to so much more beyond just some books that J.K. Rowling wrote over 20 years ago, you know? So they sort of separate her as a person from her story. But even I love that Daniel Radcliffe has stand up against her and her idiocy with like the things that he has posted on Twitter, and I just think it's powerful to show how the actual characters in the film, actors, how they feel about J.K. Rowling's stupidity. But yeah, by my opinion, I think it's okay to love a fandom that may have a problematic creator because it's impacted your life so much. Because like for me, these positive memories are attached to it, just like with my mom growing up. We would always go to like the Harry Potter movie premieres and stuff like that. Sometimes I'd even get to skip the day of school, the first day that the movies would come out of the theater, because we would go together. And I just remember that being really fun, because otherwise my mom, she was a single mom, so I didn't get to see her a lot because she was literally like working all the time. Oh my god, that highlight. Seriously, out of this world. What the f? But yeah, at the same time, I also understand how some people may have negative memories attached to J.K. Rowling and the hateful things that she's said, and how that can trigger them into some really like, and how that can trigger them into like a really f***ed up spiral of just hurtful experiences and things that have happened to them. So their experiences are also totally valid, and I understand why they may see J.K. Rowling's work and be like, oh my god, that is actually too much for me, I can't, because it may be really difficult for them. But honestly, I think it depends on the person. What do you guys feel about it? Honestly, I think it's a really interesting topic to talk about. I would love to know your opinions. Oh my god. See, I'm like in love with this highlight. Holy shit. It's just out of this world. And I ended up mixing like a few colors together, so they were all from the top row. So Just Us 2, Island Hop, which is like a icy mint, sort of mint pastel green color. Oh, and in the second row, Sun Deck Chillin', which is like a nice gold. But yeah, I literally just ended up swirling all these shimmery shades together. But now on to the eyeshadows. So what I did first before I started this video, I actually put over top of my foundation. So I put down the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer, and then while it was like still wet, like I just waited for it to dry a few seconds, and then I set it with a little bit of translucent setting powder just to keep it from creasing. So now I'm going to go over that with these shadows, and I'm using this really sweet like bubblegum baby pastel pink called Love Struck, just in the crease. These are like, this is like my favorite sort of color. Let me know if you guys have any sort of baby pink eyeshadows that are vegan that you would recommend for me to try. Like this is for real, like one of my ride or die colors. I use baby pink on my eyes nearly every single day, and I'm just in search for the perfect one, which, like, you know, doesn't go patchy, sort of really creamy, easy to blend, easy to work with. Because I mean, this one I did struggle with a little bit. I couldn't really get it to build up like, you know, super pigmented, and I feel like when I put too much on, it was like a little bit patchy, so I just sort of had to quit while I was ahead because I felt like if I kept overworking it, I was just gonna create a mess. But that, as they say, is that. But yeah, I'm just taking a clean fluffy brush and no eyeshadow on it whatsoever. I'm just using that to blend the outside edge so it literally like blends into my skin, just a really soft whisper of pink. But I'm taking this darker pink color, so this one's called Private Villa, and I'm putting this just underneath in my crease where I placed that baby pink shadow. You know, just to build it up a bit more, but you can see here, like, I mean, it's a little bit patchy. I was really struggling to get it to, I don't know, really work. Because first I started with like a packing method, and then I was like, it's not really sticking, what do I do? So I just start, you know, blending it best I can. I didn't even do it intentionally, but I love how these pink colors actually match my ears. So these ears, I didn't make these ones, but I think they're super cute. I wish I was this talented, but I actually got them from Floofy Floofers. And they've lasted me for ages. I mean, the colors were a little bit more bright. They have faded a little bit, but again, I think I've worn them out in the rain, so, you know, some of the paint or like dye is washed off. That happens though with these custom sort of painted ears. But yeah, I'm just taking my little highlighter brush and just very elegantly dusting off the fallout from under my eyes, because let me tell you, this palette had a lot of fallout. I mean, if I didn't get it on 30% off, like, you know, 25 bucks, pretty good because you get heaps of colors, but yeah, I don't know if I would have paid more than that for this palette. I love though that you get a mix of neutral shades, because honestly I don't really have a neutral palette, so I feel like this is going to be a really great staple for my freelance kit when someone does want a little bit like, what do you say, natural, even like bridal makeup and stuff like that. I feel like it has some really nice colors in there. So this color here is called Picture Perfect, and how I couldn't really get that lighter pink shade to work, that's why I'm sort of covering up my mistakes with this darker pink. But yeah, I didn't intend to make my eyeshadow this bright, but it just sort of worked out that way. And again, like, it is perfectly matching my ears. How good is that? I love it. On a lighter note, these brushes are sickening. I love these two little precision brushes. They are perfect for getting that really sharp like line and detail work. But here I'm just sort of blending that line out so it's not as harsh and it's more blended. But yeah, I've really been doing this eye shape a lot. I think the first time I did it, I was inspired by Lady Gaga's Stupid Love video. So this funky sort of wing. But you see here, I'm mixing these shades together, Sail Away and Island Hop. So Sail Away I'm just placing in the center of my lid, almost like a halo effect. But then what I'm gonna do, use that really light pastel green, which I even used a little bit for my highlighter, the Island Hop. I'm gonna use that more in the center of my eye, like to give me that bit of highlight, and that's what I'm doing here. I love this concealer brush from Sigma. Oh my god, I use it for everything. I really need to buy another one. Sigma makes such good brushes. But yeah, see, the pink sort of disappeared pretty quickly, so I feel like I have to go over it again just to make the pink a bit more visible. I love how these colors blend together though. Oh my god, such cool colors. So now I'm taking that darker sort of teal color, Sail Away, and just placing it on the bottom half of my waterline. Just sort of sharpening up the outside of my little, I don't know, little liner with the pink. Picture perfect. Just making that line really thin and crisp. And then just, you know, marrying those two colors together, blending, blending. I want the edge of this pink to be really crisp, almost like a liner effect. As you see here, I'm packing a little bit more of that pink on because when I went over with the green, or I mean minty color, turquoise blue, I don't know. Would you call it green or would you call it blue? But it made the pink disappear a little bit, so I'm just touching up. So cute. And honestly, you could rock this just like this. You don't even have to add an eyeliner. I think it's adorable. But here I've got my KVD Vegan Beauty Cake Pencil. And what I'm doing, so I'm just using this to create like a really sharp line. So I'm sort of filling it in the negative space on the outside of my bottom liner, like just in the middle of my bottom and top liner, like that space where it meets. And I'm doing a little bit on the outside half of my waterline as well, just to make my eyes look more open and cutesy like the anime. I mean, hands up for all my fellow weeb trash out there. Weeb trash represent. So now I'm just taking my favorite mascara ever, the Tarte Big Ego Mascara. I use that on my top lashes because it makes them really long and luscious. And then my bottom lashes, the Tarte Surfer Curl, because the brush is shorter, so I feel like it really gets all those little baby hairs. Oh bam, she's back. You know, shameless thumbnail. But here, what I'm doing, just because I feel like I got a little bit of mascara on my white eyeliner, I'm taking the eyeshadow shade Take Me Back. So it's just like a matte white color. And I'm going over the top of that eyeliner, so that's going to make it last longer, but also cover any little black spots of mascara where I may have smudged and made a mistake. Shake, shake, shake. So here we are back with our tattoo liner. So this is my secret weapon whenever I'm in a rush, because it literally enables me to do my eyeliner super quick. Like if I'm in a rush for work or whatever I'm doing, like, and I need to get my eye makeup done and like something on my face ASAP, this is what I go for. Just because it's so easy to use, like perfect for beginners, or if you're just in a rush, it allows me to get that really crisp wing anytime, any place. And you see how I'm sort of like fading it in towards the eyeshadow? What I'm gonna do later on is actually place a little bit of black eyeshadow over top of that part, so it sort of gradually fades, like that gradient sort of ombre. See, I tried to do that with this darker sort of burgundy color, Vineyard Escape, but didn't have much luck. Honestly, it just went really chalky. The pigment wasn't there, so I sort of gave up on that. See, me looking at myself, I'm like, I don't know about it. So that's when I go into my saving grace Norvina ABH palette, volume 1. This black shadow is divine. Honestly, you don't have to do much work to it. I mean, I went a little bit heavy-handed because I was getting a bit panicked here because I was about to be late for my tattoo appointment, so I did get a bit of fallout, so dust that away, banished. Normally though, if I'm not like super panicked, I don't have any issues with it. Yeah, that's better. So I'm gonna do the other eye off camera, and we're back. So what I'm gonna do now, take a little bit more of that black eyeshadow, because I did make a bit of like a mistake, and I'm just using this to sort of carve out the top of my, like, I don't know, like lid space. I've just really been loving this sort of like eyeshadow look. I feel like it gives me a sort of like futuristic 2021 Android, I don't know, Cyber City, Tokyo pop, what the f ever sort of vibes. I just really like it. So that's what I've been doing. It's a unique eye shape. Like, I haven't seen a lot of people like do their makeup this way, but I feel like having hooded eyes, you know, welcome to the hooded eye gang. I feel like it really is flattering on my eye type. So here we've got the Yass Queen lashes. These are my favorite everyday lash. They are so freaking long because, man, I've got huge eyes. But yeah, I'm just gonna pop my lashes on, and thanks so much for coming to Fang out with me. I really enjoyed creating this look. Honestly, this is such a cute palette, and I got it for sale at the Morphe store for 30% off. It was literally less than, let me have a look. I've literally got the receipts here. So I literally ended up paying $25.20 for the palette, and then $20.29 for all of the brushes, and they're synthetic vegan brushes. They don't use animal fur. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. Also, if you're wondering why I didn't do lipstick today, I've got a new mask. This mask is from Invasion Japan, designed by Hori Benny. I'll link that down below. And I hope you enjoy photos of my tattoo. Bye guys!